line for water, a line for McDonald's,
Yes.
a line for Dunkin'.
Chipotle. Hello.
But take your business orders for your branded gear and such. Go to Scranton Road Promotional Marketing, a division of Scranton Road Ministries, scrantonroadministries.org or scrantonroadpromo.org. What?
So, a couple things. First, we were talking about
When she does this, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. I'm going to start off nice. So, about different cultures and things we do. We were talking about how Dominicans are always late. My kids are doing, we're doing a unit study in Africa. And so, we always kind of end a country with going to this guy's YouTube channel. He visits a whole lot of countries. And so he'll go and whatever. And so yesterday the kids were like, oh, we want to see if he's visited DR. And he has. Number one, so awesome. He said he's visited like more than 100 countries. He said, I left the best for last, the top 10 for last. DR is in the top 10. Yeah, that was awesome. So
She grew up in Rhode Island, in case you're wondering. Go ahead.
the other thing was he noticed different things about the country. Can you believe it's only 10 minutes? And in those 10 minutes, he thought it important enough to say, these people are never in a hurry. He was like, you go anywhere and like, there's a line and everybody's like talking and he's like a lot of relationship, but no like, let's go. Never in a hurry. Isn't that interesting?
Well, and it's I remember how it didn't translate well culturally, but I remember being in Ghana, West Africa, and a pastor up front said a joke for all of us about that issue of Americans always being on time and
Yeah.
Africans being late.
Yeah.
He goes, Americans have watches, Africans have the time.
Ah,
And everybody was like,
what?
and all of us were kind of like, I
You
know
didn't
you're
get-
making fun of me being on time, but I don't totally get it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So we are awesome, but we got some issues. Talking about culture and all of that. So as you can see, I wear my hair curly. Let's see who's here. Should I?
Are you going to educate people on, like, African American hair?
Rachel's here.
Yes. Rachel's here. Good.
Oh, Rachel.
So listen up.
Yeah.
Danella, if you're here, listen up. All of that. Charles, I hope you're here. Tammy, oh no, not Tammy. Miss Anita, I hope she's listening. So I go through a lot to straighten my hair because my hair is natural. I don't chemically straighten my hair. So if I wash my hair and do the whole thing and leave it the way it is, it'll be curly and it'll be big and all that. So I put a lot of effort into heating it. It's really messed up.
What
And,
kind of
like,
time?
It's a lot.
No, you got to answer.
So like, let's say today I'm gonna wash my hair and do the whole thing. It would take me from the moment I start washing my hair till like I wash my hair, then I get out, I put my rollers on. That's a Dominican thing, rolos. I know black people do it, but we do a whole lot of that. Rolos, you sit under the dryer for an hour and about 30 minutes. Then I get out and I flat iron my hair. All of that takes
So,
3 hours.
If you want it straight, why do you put it in a curler? In a roller?
No, I like it wavy, not like curly.
Because if a white woman put her hair, okay, so wavy.
Yeah, like wavy like this.
I see. Okay, so
So-
you're not going for perfectly straight because then you wouldn't put it in rollers.
Some people do that, like the Brazilian blowout. I don't do that.
Never heard of that.
Wow, have you
I've
never?
heard it,
I was about to
yeah.
say, whoa.
You think I'm getting a Brazilian blowout or whatever? I don't know what that is.
Maybe.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
Mike says I like curly wavy hair better on women. Thank you, Mike. And so listen. So yes, so my hair is
All
natural.
the straight-haired women are crying right
I
now.
know,
So-
right?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
So, I hope everybody's listening. So, as a person of color, as a Dominican who has hair very similar to what a lot of black women have, like we got black women, Caribbean women, all that. We got the natural hair. So, when you're wearing it straight like this, even curly, we got this thing. I don't have it here. It's an edger. You got to care about your edges, right? Because
No, you got to hold on. Explain an edge, because
These
nobody in
are
my
my
cultural
edges.
background's ever heard of
so, what do you guys call your baby hair? That's what we call it. Baby hair in the front.
I just say strand hairs.
So
that.
the
But we don't
strands-
talk about it.
We don't
We
talk
do.
about it.
We don't talk about that.
We talk about it a lot, but I'll tell you that part later. So I have baby hair in the front. So it's little hair that
Your
I
edges.
guess we call it our edges. And so it sometimes the flat iron doesn't get to it, or sometimes your scalp sweats so it gets a little curlier, or sometimes it's just sticking out. So what women, it's a big deal. If you're gonna like go somewhere and you want to look together, You either put hairspray or you put your edger. If not, you look in a mess. So guess what?
No,
Brian, go
well,
ahead.
back
Now
up.
you tell your side. Go
I didn't
ahead.
even know about edges until like one day you're sitting here
Yeah.
and you're like, oh man. And you took out this thing and you're like, well, my edges. And you're like doing something. I go,
And
what
then
are you
I go
talking
like
about?
I go like this with my edger, and I go like this, and then I go, yeah, I gotta take care of my edges.
And I'm like, I
Right.
don't even know what edges are. And what are you doing to your head?
And I explained it to him, and then I take some more, and I keep working on my hair as a person of color. This man, your edges are fine. You don't need to be. Just leave your edges alone, right?
I'm trying to be encouraging. You've
Then-
got great edges.
Then
Is that something
we
people
were
say?
in a Zoom meeting, and then I show up, and then he goes, "Oh, look at your edges. Your edges are messed up."
Oh.
Yes. So please talk to us about like what do you feel as a man and
You know, like,
talking about a woman's edges.
You know, like if you're hanging out
Thank
with a
you,
friend.
Rachel. Rachel's like, lay them edges down. That's
Yes.
right, Rachel. But he has a lot to say about our edges. So
I
let's hear
I
him.
noticed edges now, by the way. In the impeachment trial, there was a woman that had really nice edges.
And he commented to me. He was like, yeah, man, look, did you see her edges?
We even looked at
Because I know now. I've known for like 2 weeks.
But you
My
also
wife said that there was a gal at work, a friend of hers who's African American, one day was like, Sarah, wow, your edges are a mess today. And she's like, what? I don't care about my edges. like Kelly.
Wow. Yeah,
It's not a thing.
it's not a thing.
well, you don't have to.
Culturally.
She doesn't have to care.
Well, no,
it
but
lays
she's got
down.
edges.
Well, once in a
But
while,
it
looks
lays
a mess.
down.
Right. So, you know how like when your friend has
Rob. He said, Brian, just apologize and let it go. No, I want him to explain himself
No, but-
why he feels he needs to comment about my edges. Because now he's made it his job to tell me, ooh, look at your edges. They look jacked up.
You know, like when you're talking to a stranger, for example, and they got like a booger right here, or they got like something on their face, you don't say anything.
Oh, my God.
You don't want to embarrass them. They don't know you. You don't know them. You just let it go. They got something in their teeth. But when you're a friend, your friend will be offended if you got like a booger sitting there or some food on your face and you don't say anything.
Yeah.
So friends don't let friends have crazy edges. I feel like it's got to be a saying, right? Friends don't let friends have crazy edges.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Right?
So I'm going to be a friend
Right?
to you. Yes, right.
Isn't
I'm
that a
going to be
thing?
a friend to you, and I'm going to tell you, please make me the only black woman you tell her about your edges. I
We're
don't want
friends.
you standing in Walmart talking about telling a woman, ooh, you didn't take care of your edges today. Can you imagine? Ooh, your edges. What you put in your edges?
Oh,
I don't want
What?
you to come to me one day and go like, wow, Brian, you didn't tell me about these edges?
know.
Look at these edges. I was meeting all these people. I got crazy edges. And I'd be like, I didn't say anything. Now I'm like, I got you, you know? I'm your friend.
So now, let us into the inner world of Brian. So now that you know about edges as a white man, let's just keep it real because it's overtime. As a white man, you know about edges. So now, like when you drive around, when you go to Walmart, specifically Walmart, or like around town, do you look at black women now and think, ooh, her edges jacked up?
I didn't even know edges were
Now
a
you
thing.
know, though.
It's your fault.
Now you know.
But as you're educating me culturally, you're saying to me, strangers don't tell strangers about their edges. But friends, do friends ever talk about edges?
I haven't even
Or is
had
that
a
off
black
limits?
man tell me about my edges.
Is it off limits for anyone to tell you if your edges are crazy?
A
Who's going to tell you?
A man, though?
Who's going to
What
tell
the
her?
heck?
I know.
Who's
But
going to
the
tell her she's got
sister-
crazy edges?
A sister?
The sister can help you out.
What the? Mike says, Brian, you just go where no man should go in a discussion. So tell me now, do you notice women's edges now?
Not as much. I have. Well, I noticed that one woman on TV, like,
Oh,
she
yeah.
had her hair perfect and it was big.
It was.
But man, were those edges tight.
You got it. Yeah, you got to like, and then you got to go like this.
I didn't even know there was a name for it.
I know.
Yeah. it's a-
But that you know how else it came out is because that woman with the Gorilla Glue.
Oh my goodness! Tell them. So first of all, can we because we haven't talked about it on the show. What is she doing?
She's worried
And
about her
then-
edges, Jannelle.
And then she went on TikTok and actually went on to educate the world and be like, don't use Gorilla Glue when you... Who did...
If you want to get your edges down, Gorilla Glue.
And
man.
so when the video comes out, Brian messages me with the video and was like, man, her edges are straight though. They good now.
Is that what I said? Is that what I said?
You sure did.
Did you tell your sister?
Yo, yeah, I did.
What did she do?
She just shook her head. Oh my god.
Why can't I tell my friend about her edges? Isn't that loving?
Wow.
Helping out.
That's like so now you're gonna start telling me like, yo, your hair ain't straight enough, or yo, your curls, they look jacked up, or
Well, but clearly edges are important.
Rachel says, so on Random Act of Kindness Day, we're living on the edge.
So edges are a big deal. It's a very sensitive subject.
Edges are a big deal. I'm not a white woman, so I'm not going to speak for them. For black women and Latinos, it's a big deal. Like little girls, when they do the little thing, what's that called? What do you guys call it? Pigtails?
Yeah.
It's like down like this, where like your eyes go.
And I
Have you seen little girls like
I
that?
had students who had hair pulled back real tight, African American students, and there was the thing I had never seen before, where they're slapping their head all the time, and I was like, "What are you doing?" They're like, "It hurts," and they're like loosening it a little bit by slapping it. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah. Now, I will say we don't do braids as much. We don't do braids. And so when I went to Oberlin College, I lived at the African Heritage House. It was amazing. A lot of black kids. And that's
They
a
let
new
Dominicans
thing.
in there.
I'm black. That is a new thing, but my friends told me it was because their scalp itches, and so you can't really,
You can't.
you don't want to mess it up,
So
and
you
so you
have
go
to
like
hit
this.
it.
The
Wow.
other thing that I was introduced to, now I'm going to speak as a Latina, is greasing their scalp. This is so messed up. Listen, my husband's black, so I'm not, and my kids are black. Like that, we don't do that. You know, so I kind of feel the whole different culture thing. And so my closest friends, they're still friends today. We'd be like in our dorm room watching or whatever, and one would be greasing the other one's scalp. And they would look at me like I'm crazy. Like, man, your scalp is going to be all dry. You want me to? And I'm like, no, we
Yeah.
don't do that. Have you seen that? Like,
I remember because I grew up in like a super white area. There was like 4 black people. And so when I was
Oh,
teaching
wow.
in a school, it was 40% diversity. So we
Yeah.
had almost half the student population was of a different culture, right? And I remember I had a student whose dad, I think, was an African immigrant, but she was all about that to the point that she didn't pay attention all that much. She slept in class, and her paper would just be grease.
oh, man.
And I didn't get it at first.
Yeah.
But she had been greasing her head or whatever,
Yeah.
and she fell asleep, and like the paper was ruined.
What?
And I was,
That's messed up.
I
But
didn't
that's
know.
that's not a thing for me either. And so
Like the whole Ashy thing, I didn't know anything about that.
that's a big deal.
I didn't know anything of it, never heard of that.
Really, y'all need lotion.
We're not putting lotion on her elbows and
Yeah, that's a big deal. But we show it more. I don't know.
what? I don't know what that means.
Rob says, no, that's patting, Brian, not slapping. Avoiding to scratch the scalp to avoid later it burning from a perm. Oh, that's what it is.
Oh, patting versus slap. It sounds like my kids. Did you punch your brother? No, I didn't punch him. You didn't punch him? No, I tapped him. It's like it's the same thing. How is patting and slapping different?
No, you're not. They're not going. Psh, it's just like this. I don't do that.
Why can't I call that slapping?
I don't know. Rob says, this dude, he's like, he can't believe it. Rachel says, Jannelle, you don't oil your scalp. I don't.
Look at, she is outraged.
Not at all. And in fact,
She's wondered about your
no,
scalp.
I know.
She's like, what is wrong with you? Now look at this video. Look at her scalp.
And that's what my friends would do. They'd be like, man, you're going to be all ashy. Your scalp is going to be all dry.
How do you keep your scalp
Never
from...
in my life have I oiled my
So
scalp.
what's your secret? She wants to know. Maybe she doesn't want to oil her scalp anymore.
I just don't oil my scalp. And it's fine.
Well, you guys also don't have to wash your hair every day.
No, I wash it like every 7, maybe 10 days. But then that sounds nasty when you talk to people that wash it every day.
Yeah,
But I don't
to white
need
people,
to.
they're like,
It's
ugh,
not.
nasty.
Yeah. But like my hair is like fine. Isn't that weird? Like
Yeah.
It's a
I've-
cultural difference. It's
I've
just
even
very-
heard, y'all want to hear something nasty? Some dermatologist saying that someone offered to demonstrate the difference between slapping and patting to Brian and see if he still thinks they're the same. You want me to go teach you?
That's funny, Rebecca. That's funny.
Oh my goodness.
No, I think I get the difference.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were in the middle of something.
No, like there's just differences. You talked about lotion. I'm talking about the difference. Like I don't wash my hair as often. Like my sister, and we're obviously related, and she's Dominican.
She never washes her hair.
She has to wash her hair every 4 days because her hair. But she has hair like my mom. My mom has a white dad, white Dominican. You know, so maybe it's a type of hair. Like it
Yeah, I'm
gets
sure it is.
oily quicker. My hair
sure
doesn't
it
get oily.
Yeah.
Mine gets oily in like 5 hours.
I know, same.
That's why y'all do like that dry shampoo. What the heck is
Oh.
that?
Sarah's all
Yeah.
about dry shampoo.
Oh, well, you can't do that.
Yeah, see, I had to do that in order to keep my hair like dry and clean looking for an entire day.
Hey, Charles is here.
Tammy says,
Hey,
Charles, did you hear about your boy? I don't know. I don't know if you heard it in the beginning. This one right here is telling me about my edges. And now he's taking it upon himself. He'll be like, ooh, look, your edges are messed up. You need to work on
You're
your
over
edges.
there working on them. Like, they're fine. Leave your edges alone. We're on the radio.
Edges, Brian, telling me.
Why don't I get to bring
you.
up her edges, Charles? Charles.
Charles says, so you only wash a couple of them at a time? What's that?
Oh, it's a dad joke.
Hair?
The hair? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Tammy says, I have to wash my hair every day or it gets so flat I have fine hair. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's a type of hair. Mike says, I don't have much hair left, but I remember when I had some way back when. Yeah. Well,
I'm waiting to see if Charles says anything.
Charles says, I just got here. Yeah, he talks about my edges.
We're friends, Charles.
My
friends,
edges right here.
friends
right here.
that friends have crazy edges.
Thank you.
That's. I feel like that's a thing people say,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Charles says, wow, Brian, you know better. Oh my gosh. And the whole thing about not understanding people's different type of hair.
I knew he'd come with something.
Yeah, exactly. My son even gets a lot of comments at work about his hair. People think he perms his hair. You know, because he has the curly,
know.
coily hair. And you're like, you perm your hair. He's
But
like,
you
no,
know,
it's just-
people don't realize that
No.
it goes both ways in a sense. I remember when Sarah and I first joined the Black Church in the south side of Chicago, Grace had really long hair. And after about 2 weeks of her doing Sunday school, the teacher quietly came to us and asked us to put up her hair on Sundays because all the kids were touching her hair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because
if
they
you-
wanted to touch her hair and feel what it
That's
felt
right.
like. And
Yeah, and play with it.
and she was walking around, she was little, she was like, everybody loves my hair.
Oh,
I got great hair. She didn't understand it was like a texture, like
Yeah.
I want to see what that
Yeah.
feels like.
Yeah.
Thing. So we had to put
Yeah.
her up her hair every Sunday, just so it wouldn't distract the class.
But you know what's funny though? How if it's the other way, it could be a little offensive if people touch. Like,
Yeah, help us out with that.
Yeah.
Like I'm
No,
not
yeah,
supposed
it's
to come
not
over there
that.
and touch your hair.
like we went to
What happens if I do that?
an all-white church. I'm good with that.
Like if I touched your hair, nothing would happen.
No.
Like you wouldn't like slap me.
No,
pat
no.
me.
No, I'm not like that. Robert says hair versus chocolate and children abduction. This hair thing is serious.
So I'm sorry, you explain. I interrupted.
So yeah, I know they touch her hair just to see. I think they touch it too because it's very Barbie-like and it's long and girls like to play with hair.
It doesn't mess it up if you touch it.
And it doesn't mess it up. But I think there are times that white people can touch an African American's hair and it can come off offensive.
Wouldn't that be all times?
Yeah.
Like so,
But
women in particular.
like in terms of like, oh, like why is your hair? There's a way to do it that's actually not good, you know. And we've had to kind of school my kids about it because it's happened to them at church or at the team at the swim team, and they're like, yo, but they keep touching. And Len has told them like, you tell people, like people can't just touch you, like touch your hair.
But there's
It's
something about
curiosity
touching
kind of-
hair, not allowed. Right?
Oh, you're saying mostly women.
Culturally speaking.
Oh, yeah,
You don't
yeah,
walking around
yeah.
walking
Just
around touching a
touching,
black
yeah.
woman's hair.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's funny. So, yes, thank you. It's official. He talks about my edges. Thank you for coming, y'all.
By the way, Uncle Jeff, good to see you. Thanks for the comment there. Love Uncle Jeff.
Charles
Hey,
says-
Angie, Charles, Rachel, Mike, what's up? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Charles says, if you touch her hair, Brian, we, the black community, will come after you.
That's right, Charles. That's right. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
We, all black people.
And look at
will-
Rachel. Rachel's like, yup. And Rob says, don't do it. Oh, my
Touching will
God.
cause you
If
to
you
call
touch
for
your
the
hair.
Lord.
all black people will get you.
Charles
That's
says,
funny.
nope, we're not doing this right now. Just don't do it. We do not have time. on overtime. Mike says, you stayed on topic today. Woo!
I titled it Jannelles Edges. You knew that, right?
Yeah.
And you got a whole bunch of white people going, wow, I shouldn't
I
touch hair. I didn't realize.
Look at Tammy. Tammy says, I had a coworker who would touch another coworker's hair and she hated it, but was too nice to say, don't do it. Yeah, we've tried to teach our kids. You don't.
We told you. Don't say no one told you. We told you. Charles gave you a warning. What's going to happen?
Oh my God.
That's funny.
All right, peace out, y'all. And YouTube, I see you. Staying on.